morning. It's Thursday. I'm Colette Linden.
I'm Danny Dupuis. Welcome to the special report.
I'm in a really good mood today.
Me too, actually.
I don't know why, because it's early and I haven't even finished my first cup of coffee yet.
That's awesome.
But that's okay. I'm happy.
Hey, that's good. No, we need that in the morning.
Yeah,
it's
we
Thursday,
do.
and it was cold. It snowed. Did you notice that this morning? It started to snow a little bit.
No, I thought it was beautiful when I walked to my car. I'm telling you, I'm in a really good mood today.
Good. Keep it.
Happy dance. Happy dance. What are we going to talk about today?
Ooh, lots to talk about. We're going to talk about some cleaning products and what to clean when you're at home. And also this weekend, stay home.
Stay home, people. OPP says stay home.
That's all we're asking right now. Just stay home, be safe, think of others, stay home. We're going to be saying that a lot today, so stay home.
But let's go over to Chris for his 1-minute COVID-19 update. Over to you, Chris.
Thank you, ladies. Good morning, Sault Ste. Marie. I'm going to be talking in a bit about how the virus has been spreading in jails and show how that will actually could happen this weekend if you actually get together with your family, and how it could spread. And this weekend is very important that everybody stays home. Also, I'm going to discuss a little bit about how we are actually containing the virus here in Sault Ste. Marie and across Ontario and across Canada based on policies put in by the federal and provincial governments. And now I will send it back to the ladies at the desk.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
So, Danny, how was your run last night?
It was really, really good. I mean, I love getting out right now for my runs because I get to see so many beautiful things in the community.
Yes.
I saw a man get very frustrated at the beer store lineup, which is still really odd to see. And
But nobody asked him to wait in the lineup, though, you know?
So I'm not really sure. And on my run, it was very interesting because we're going to have a picture shortly shown up there as to why my run was a little bit interesting. As you can see, there's a car.
And that was not my vehicle. Let's just clear that.
Right in the middle of the sidewalk. Okay, people, in college, I wrote a report on sidewalk etiquette and, you know, how to properly walk on the sidewalk, what to do, how to do it. I didn't mention cars.
Wow,
hang on, stop. Time out. We've had a Chris.
That must have been a really exciting report you wrote.
Hey, it was great. It was a great report. You know, we talked about don't put your headphones in both ears. Be mindful there's other people.
Listen,
and right now,
what's going on with my coworkers? Chris is doing rants. Danny's doing rants.
I could rant about
and I'm
that.
in the happiest mood ever. I have nothing to rant about.
Stay tuned for 1 o'clock. That might change.
It might. I doubt it. So that's crazy. Parts like that. That's just weird.
God, I know. It honestly, I really hope they move their car. But I did see a mom and her daughter like walk around, and of course they couldn't go on the street because there was oncoming traffic. And it's just there's a church across the street. Why didn't you park there, man?
That wasn't nice. That wasn't nice. Hey, hang on. We forgot to do something yesterday. Someone's parents' anniversary that we haven't said happy anniversary to, and it wasn't our fault.
Bad
Mr. Mrs.
adult
Oldcorn,
or
it was not our
son
fault.
alert over there, Chris Oldcorn.
Do you have something to say, Chris, or what?
Yes, happy anniversary to my parents who celebrated their anniversary yesterday. I totally forgot when we got on air to actually point that out. But happy anniversary to my mom and dad, and I hope you have many more years together.
That's it. That's
Aw,
great. We were sorry
that's so
we
nice,
forgot.
Chris.
Hey, you ever heard of photobombing?
There's such thing as Zoom
bombing. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I
and
know.
it's getting the attention from FBI agents and as well as other law enforcement. So people are getting unwanted visitors on their Zoom conference calls. So didn't realize that was a thing.
Possible? Aren't they like? Isn't it some sort of a secured connection? Some of them aren't secured.
Okay, well, listen, we've got a couple videos that we want to show you too. Hashtag in this together SSM. You got to throw that back out there. And special report SSM@gmail.com.
There we go. That's what it is,
that was what I was looking for. We want to hear your stories, what you're doing during the quarantine, what you're going to do this weekend. Take your pictures, send us in. We want to share to the community what our community is doing and staying together at this time. So you'll see it there, special report SSM@gmail.com.
Yeah, and if you have any appreciation signs, anything you want to shout out to anyone, again, we'd love to hear it. We'd love to share your stories. So you're right there.
Well, we have a video coming up, as you know, during the hashtag In This Together initiative, SSM initiative, right? So we are going to show Mike Nadeau, who is the Social Services CEO, and we discussed many things. Like yesterday we were saying, he told us about the 911, what to do when you're calling 911. You need to tell them, the operators, hey, we're not feeling well, or this person has a fever, in addition to whatever the issue is that you're calling. Don't call them for that issue. And then that there's a daycare center opening on Monday with conjunction with the Y, or they believe Monday, I shouldn't say that, next week. And I think that's going to help some frontline workers with their...
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I know there's a lot of protocols in place, so I don't even want to get into the procedures around that one right now. We'll have more for that for you later. But here is Mike Nadeau and myself in an interview we did yesterday.
Social Services was quick to adapt to the changes during this pandemic. We're here today with Mike Nadeau, CAO of Social Services, Sault Ste. Marie. Hi, Mike. How are you today?
Very well. You?
I'm very well, thank you. Just want to thank you for all the time and effort you're putting into this service to service the community right now during this pandemic. And I know that you've had to adapt and make a lot of changes. You have some new changes coming to us next week. Why don't you tell everyone about that?
Yeah, the organization has been amazing. The staff have responded beautifully, really, really well. Our logo, or our motto, "Here to Help," has really been demonstrated throughout this emergency and the crisis that we've been dealing with. Some of the things that we have coming online next week, we're going to be opening up our first emergency childcare center that will provide free childcare to essential services workers across the community. So people that are employed in the health sector, corrections, jails, police officers, firefighters, paramedics, et cetera, et cetera. So we're really excited. It's been a tremendous amount of work. The first center will open up at the YMCA next week. We're hoping by Monday, but there's still a lot of moving parts.
Well, that's great news. I'm sure that there was a lot of logistics and everything with working with the YMCA on that, and I'm glad you've partnered with them. You were mentioning something about 911 and making phone calls to 911. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
Yeah, what we just want to get out to the community is that during this pandemic, our paramedic services, they're professional, they're highly trained. They will respond to all calls as dispatched. But we just ask the community to make sure that they're communicating properly to the dispatch when they call 911. For example, let us know if you have any symptoms, any illnesses, or for that matter, if anyone in your house has any illnesses or has any COVID symptoms. So we just want to make sure that our paramedics, when responding, they have the proper protective equipment on so that they can take care of the patient and we don't inadvertently expose our healthcare system to additional risk.
That's great. And I know that you've been doing a lot for emergency assistance coverage and food security, as well as overflow for shelter service, which we have touched on quite a few times on the show, and how you've worked with the city to lease out, I believe it was a senior's home where you're using as the overflow shelter space.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so really a big kudos and thank you to the City of Sault Ste. Marie. They've leased us the former Steelton's Senior Center that was closed for $1, and we've turned that into an emergency overflow shelter location. Our primary shelter location, Vincent Place and Pauline's Place, they're not conducive to social distancing practices when they're at capacity. So we needed to make sure that we opened up an alternate site that allowed people to be able to sleep, 6 feet apart, be able to stand at least 6 feet apart, et cetera. So that renovation has been going on for the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
The shelter is ready now. So if we do have increased capacity, which we do anticipate, we actually have a place for people to go where they can practice social distancing.
That's great, Mike. And I know that you've implemented some other new benefits and everything for Ontario Works, and we're going to touch on that in some articles and highlight it in our newscast. So I would ask that our viewers do tune into our newscast to get all the updated information on what social services is doing. But I'd like to take this time to thank you, Mike, for today, and thank you for all your work you're doing to help to keep our communities safe during this time.
Hey, well, we're here to help, and like I said, we have an amazing team from our paramedics to Ontario Works case manager, housing staff, our early years division. Everyone is in this for the right reasons, and we just want to make sure that we're there for the community and we're responding adequately.
Well, you definitely are, and again, we appreciate it. Thank you so much, and have a great Wednesday.
You too. Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back. That was Mike Nadeau from Social Services.
I love it. I love all the videos that we've been doing and interviewing people. It's really getting a different perspective as to what they're going through too. So it's, again, we're not alone. We're all in this together, Sault Ste. Marie.
Okay, well, we're going to have some more of those stories coming up right after this commercial break. We'll see you soon.
message from the Government of Canada.
Welcome back. Some of those commercials are great that we designed in-house. I hope you enjoyed them. We are now going to send you over to Chris Oldcorn for a COVID-19 update.
Thank you very much. I want to talk to you about what's going to happen this weekend on Easter weekend and what you should or shouldn't be doing. One of the things that the OPP and various levels of government have been telling you is to stay home. Just because it's Easter weekend and normally you get together with your family on Easter weekends, that doesn't mean you should get together this year. Do it virtually. Use Zoom, use Skype, use FaceTime. Just don't do it in person. And I'm going to use a jail in the States to give you an idea of how fast COVID-19 can actually spread from a small group of people. 2 weeks ago, the Cook County Jail in Chicago had only 2 people test positive for COVID-19. 2 weeks later, there's 350 people who tested positive out of 4,500 inmates. Now, the staff is also testing positive as well. It's very important to social distance, and that jail from the very beginning social distanced the people who had COVID-19. However, it did not help in the stopping the spread even. So it could have been even worse if they didn't separate them. So, with your family, don't get together. Listen to the police, the OPP. Stay home. That is the number one thing. If people get together this weekend with their family, you're going to be in close contact for at least several hours, and then you're all going to go back home. You're going to drive through and get gas or grab a coffee at Tim Hortons and you could possibly spread the disease widely, particularly if, let's say, your family is in Toronto and they come to Sault Ste. Marie. They're obviously going to have to be stopping for gas, food, to go to the washroom and so on. So it's very important that you social distance. Now, this afternoon, I'll have more information, and also tonight at 7 p.m. on my show, I'm going to go more in depth into what's been going on here in Ontario and also with Algoma Public Health. And I'm now going to throw it back to the ladies at the desk.
Thanks, Chris. We forgot to remind everybody at 1 o'clock, not 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, the premiere. Or us, and then the premiere. So we'll be throwing to the premiere today. I'm not too sure if we can get this picture up in time. If not, we'll just make a special mention. East Pizza Company.
There we are.
Okay, so yesterday they posted on Facebook. Today we show appreciation for the brave staff and emergency at ICU at the Sioux Area Hospital. They dropped off a bunch of pizzas to the Sioux Area Hospital Emergency Department, and I have been there several times. The best cauliflower pizza ever,
and their dill pickle pizza.
Yeah, you have to go there. It is awesome. I've had a wrap there. Everything I've had from there is fantastic, but the cauliflower pizza is super, super
Honestly,
good.
it's right down the street from me, so it's kind of like maybe not the greatest because I could have been there quite a bit.
So do you have any community updates you want to share with us, or what else do you have for us before we say bye-bye to our friends?
Well, on top of all the running that I've been doing outside, I ran past one house yesterday, and they were so involved in the Easter egg hunt. I mean, so involved into it that I wish I had a picture. They had a blow-up T-Rex doll with Easter eggs around its neck, and it said something along the lines of, "Don't mess with the Easter Bunny."
Oh, there you go.
So it's honestly, it's still so nice to see that people are still being so supportive in the Easter egg hunt and still showing their support. Like, honestly, again, I count numerous houses out there, so just keep doing the great work, Susan Marie. It's awesome.
Good. Okay, instead of going to run the hills, maybe we'll come for a run with you this weekend and we'll go look for more Easter eggs.
Well, it is supposed to snow, so we're just going to have to dress warm. But
Well, you know what? We got to go, but we'll be back at 1 o'clock.
See you at 1 o'clock.
Have a great morning.